Welcome, everybody. It is Friday, March 16th, 2018. This is the Kubernetes 1.10 release burndown meeting, and I'm your host, Jay Singer-Dumars, and also release lead. And if you'd like to follow along after the fact, the meeting minutes are available at bit.ly/kids110-burndown, and you can see what we're talking about there. Going to go quickly through the timeline this week, just clean up, trying to get some of these major long-running issues resolved, getting some traction there. Next week is going to be the end of code freeze on Monday, the end of day. If things are looking really solid before then, we may consider doing it sooner, but for the most part, that is looking pretty good. Final fast forward, all that good stuff associated with code freeze lifting. We'll do the PR that basically does the lift at some point there. It's ready to go. Timeline for week 13 is actually the release, and that is on Monday the 29th. And then we'll do the retro on Thursday. Metrics review, I put a link in here so that will be forevermore for the issue tracking spreadsheet that Josh does. We'll go over through that in just a minute. And open issues in the milestone, we're at 9, which is down 8 from yesterday, which is remarkable. I want to make sure that those are not just being bot removed, so we'll have to dig into that just a touch. Critical issues, of course, are the same because anything in the milestone right now has to be critical. And failing tests, 5, it's down. I'm not sure why there's a 9 there, but maybe it's changed. Let's take a look. 6. Okay, so there are 6, and down by 5. And none of the other metrics are trending any particular way. Open PRs, the milestone is pretty low right now at 4. We're up by 9 since last check, so velocity is slowing as it should, getting into when code freeze lifts, and hopefully we'll have minimal changes going in because those are the ones that need to be cherry-picked. Open PRs in the milestone, let's go over those real quick. We have the one, obviously, that will remain until the release, which is the kubeadm merge. And then we have this one that's the added unscheduled taint, and the autoscaler env vars to kube-env to hotfix. So that's the first one is 61161, which is a recent add, and 61119, which has been there for a few days. And the 61119 is just waiting for an LGTM and approve. And there's one milestone incomplete, which needs a SIG assigned to it and approved for milestone labels. Obviously, that's tied to the SIG. I didn't triage what SIG should own it, but maybe we can figure that out in the course of this meeting. And long term, there's nothing out there right now. So that's kind of the rundown of where we're at. And let's go ahead and go into issues. Josh, you want to take the floor for a minute?
Yeah, well, so we're continuing to make progress. What I'm happiest about is one of our major blocker issues just got closed, which was the kubelets not, I don't know, something about kubelets and pod creation. Anyway, that one has been officially fixed, which takes that out. So really what we're looking at still for pending major issues. So there's basically 3 things unresolved. One is the performance issues, which are making progress but not closed. And hopefully somebody else knows more about those than I do on this call. Second one is the PVC deletion, for which work is in progress. That is docs and a patch for the tests for this user affecting issue. And then the third thing is the daemon sets pod scheduling feature. So I talked to Klaus about that last night. basically, everything on that is done, except for the taint, which there's a PR open for. The annoying thing about the taint PR, which is 61171, I think, or 61. There we go. The annoying thing about the taint PR is we need sign off from one of the owners and controller. And it seems that everybody in that owner's file is out today. So we're not going to get that resolved until Monday. Because yeah. So Mike's on vacation. I'm not quite sure what's up with Janet, but I haven't been able to get a hold of her. And the other owners on there are all in Eastern European time zones. So they are already off on Friday evening.
Well, that's certainly exciting.
Yep.
Okay.
So so that's it. We've got a bunch of other things that we've got a few other sort of actually really nothing else. We've got a couple of failing tests I wanted to check on. The other thing I wanted to actually check is with Signal here is whether we've had several cycles of good test results for the upgrade downgrade tests so that Tim and I can stop tracking those. We haven't taken those off the list even though they're marked as fixed simply because they've been reopened once already. And so I wanted to have several successful test cycles before we stop watching those.
Okay, that makes a ton of sense. And I think being extra cautious there is good.
Yeah, I only reopened one of those. The other ones looks fine.
Okay.
And earlier in the week, had we said we wanted to wait for the next, for like the beta cut on Monday to see a set of green after that then on the upgrade downgrade?
Yeah, I think so. So the what gets cut Monday should actually be the release candidate.
Sorry, that's what. Yep.
So assuming that is the case, then yes, we should be able to get a better run after that. Let me see. Is Caleb on the call? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, so in terms of timing for the release candidate cut, if we do that on Monday, do you do that before or after code freeze gets lifted, or does it matter?
I don't think it really matters.
Okay.
Yeah, but I can do it before probably.
Yeah, I think maybe that'd be good, so we get an extra round of signal on where things are at before we lift code freeze, if that's okay.
Sure. Yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay. Then yeah, let's do that. Sen, do you want to go ahead and, I know we're going to skip around a little bit here, but do you want to go ahead and hit on your stuff since we're sort of dovetailing into that?
Sure. Oh, one thing you need to note is that the GC pre-submit was briefly out yesterday afternoon due to the logging sync, stack driver logging sync quota is reached. That means the logging sync was leaking, and we manually cleaned up the logging syncs and unblocked the test, but still unsure why it was leaking in the first place. And it's probably just like slowly piling up. I was trying to make testing for Janitor to help cleaning that up. However, that logging sync object in gcloud does not have a creation timestamp, which means the Janitor will not be able to like figure out like which ones to wipe out. So we probably still want SIG instrumentation to take a look at that, like why it's start to leaking to start with. it's probably not going to affect this release because piling up was like kind of slow. But I mean, not sure like when next time it will like bite us again. For the release CI, looks like we get more fixes in. The Alpha Feature Suite is still pending on 61161. It's pending a approval. Wonder if like top level approver can just prove that so we can get some like CI signals over the weekend.
Okay, so which one was that? So I can take a look at it.
61161.
Oh,
The DemonSet one.
this one. Oh yeah. So who do approvals roll up? So if
Yeah.
I get somebody to approve like the from an approver a level up, then it works okay, or
Yeah, that works.
okay. I'll see what I can do there.
Hi, this is Dims.
Hi, Dims.
So Mike Denise is an approver on this. So
Yes.
is Mike around today?
According to his Slack, he's on vacation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's like I said, I've already been through all of the people in the controller owner's file.
Yeah, then we can hit up Brian or Tim Hawkin or someone like that, right?
Yeah, I suppose. I could probably get Brendan, depending on how it goes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah, we'll get that one. We'll get this one cranked out today, hopefully, sooner than later.
Mm-hmm. There's a FrontTD GCP Scalar version PR. The bump PR went in like 6 hours ago. That's supposed to fix the one last test failure on the GC0 suite. We reopened that issue until the test result went to green, but finger crossed.
Okay.
Yeah, for scalability, looks like the bisecting is still going on.
Yeah, Dim stepped in and helped a little bit there. So I'm really concerned that this is going so long and that it doesn't seem to be making. I mean, I know we're making progress, but it just feels like it's going on and on and on.
Yeah.
Well, that's mainly because we've been having meetings every day.
Yeah.
Hey, I had a thought here. So the last range that was posted, I looked at the list, and the only thing that stood out to me was the commit that got reverted. So essentially, we might be chasing a ghost at this point.
Oh.
That's what I was thinking.
How would we get signal from it without that commit in it?
The signal is coming from the bisect, not the tip of the tree.
Oh, interesting.
So what I would say is if we run the same test against the tip of the tree and see the performance dashboard, so this is like 5K nodes, right? I don't know how many 5K nodes clusters we have. So if somebody can run the same test against, whatever we have at the tip of the 110 branch and see if the problem is still there or not, right?
I believe you just have the one project with that much quota.
Yeah. So, and that is being used for the bisection. So, and the problem is with in the bisect criteria, one of the commits that which I feel could be causing the problem has been already reverted because of an unrelated issue.
So how do we prioritize getting that done then, Sen? Any ideas?
Can we just manually run it? Like instead of like continuing the bisecting, can we just manually run a like master test against head in the like scalability cluster.
Who is even running the bisection at this very moment, given that what time it is in Europe?
It's the West. I cannot pronounce.
Andre, I can't pronounce it either. Andre, I think is how he pronounces his name.
I think the scalability test should be the GC one. It should be like always running, like on a cron basis. Maybe we can
on the 5K cluster.
It's the GC large performance or like GC big performance.
Yeah, and the other thing is, what do we go look for? None of us have. I don't know who among us know what to look for. That Wojtek or Andrzej they were looking at. I mean, there's one graph that seems pretty simple to check, but other than that, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
Maybe we can assign this to six scalability, and they will be able to run it on Sunday and give us the update on Monday's burn down.
I think that's highly aspirational.
Yeah, who in 6 scalability is the question, right?
Right.
Wojtek should be back already.
Yeah, I did see traffic from him this morning.
He opened some issues against me, so I know he's available. Like he's back today or yesterday.
Okay, so can somebody put a comment in this thing to sort of give the right instructions to do what we need to do?
I think I just did. If anybody can refresh and affirm.
Okay.
Yeah, but we need a bat signal for Wojtek to show up.
Yeah, truly. Was
Sorry,
it in this
I
one?
did it in 6589.
Oh,
Yeah, the information is correct, Tim. I checked that. So we just need Wojtek to take a look at the the revert and the commit range and see and recommend whether give up the bisection and go to straight to the tip or not.
also Wojtek.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, well, I guess we'll cross our fingers and hope that somebody looks at that. Can we talk about what happens if it doesn't get attention by Monday? What impact does this have on lifting code freeze or on the release?
Yeah, I would say we should just do the RC1 because the thing that I see which could be causing the problem has been reverted. So.
And then we'll definitely get that in RC1. So we'll see. Worst case is if we cook RC1 and it's still there, and we just have to continue with the bisection.
Oh, right, exactly.
Okay. Well, question is, do we want to cut RC1 sooner? Do we want to do it today? Because what realistically is going to change between now and then? I mean,
Daemon sets is going to get merged. Daemon set scheduling.
Crap. Yeah, that absolutely needs to be in there. Okay. Okay.
And Jordan was looking at some upgrade tests and making sure they are green. So we need that upgrade test signal.
Yeah,
too.
I looked at it. It's fine. I have a fix open to correctly skip. I forgot how Ginkgo worked and when things get set.
Okay.
So those three, like, the three that we intended to skip still got run. And so they're red, but we know they're red, and we will correctly skip them shortly. So that's not concerning.
Okay.
Perfect.
So in terms, let's go back to your issue tracking here for a second. So the scalability suites, this jobby right here, in theory could already be fixed. We'll find out when we give the RC. and the yellow ones are sort of all in progress for the most part. Does that feel right to you, Josh? The alpha features one, is that still?
That is actually hung up on the daemon sets.
Okay.
So yes, our remaining failing tests, as far as I know, and please correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't actually. I'm in the process of, I already went through everything that GitHub tells me has changed since last night, and now I'm going through every one of these in detail because GitHub doesn't tell me about all types of changes.
Yes.
So let me know if I've missed something, but the remaining failing tests that I know of, aside from the flakes, are all due to, basically not having committed everything within the daemon set scheduling.
Great.
Okay.
And I just got confirmation from Janet on the side channel. She's going to approve it or find it and approve her
Awesome.
for the
Yay.
PR.
Fantastic. That's great.
Yeah. So, so if we can get that approved, then we're clear of everything except for whatever performance issues we have.
Okay. All right. That actually is relatively heartening. So the plan as it stands now is we'll get the stuff merged for that other stuff. The RC will cut sometime during the day Monday, get some signal. If signal looks decent, we proceed with lifting code freeze. If for some reason we need to continue the bisect work, if we lift code freeze, is that going to negatively impact the ability to troubleshoot that?
I don't believe so.
Yeah, I don't believe so either.
Because there shouldn't be anything leveraging or hitting that scalability test stuff, right? I mean, in just normal operations.
That's my understanding.
Yeah.
Hey, Jace, Tim is saying that if you move to the right, you will see some of his notes.
Okay.
Okay.
Tim, you called me Juice. That's awesome. That's my new nickname.
That, I swear, that autocorrected.
I don't think you want the juice or.
No. Normally, autocorrects as Janice. So, and I consider Janice my snarky female alter ego. So, okay, cool. Fantastic. Thank you, Tim. All right, so things are looking good. Let's see. All right, so let's go back to this. Anything else, Sen, or that you want to hit or?
Yeah. Let me see. Oh, so for upgrade test, I take a glance look. There's like one last issue is like Jordan mentioned. We need to reskip one of the proxy v1 tests that need to be skipped. The other one is I think it's sharing the same issue with the FluentTD scaler. Since that PR is merged, hopefully that will bring the serial upgrade test to be green as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Do you need any help with this stuff here, or is it all in progress with the PRs that are in place?
There's a 1.9 PR open to like always start PVC protection controller that should make the test to be green. Hopefully.
Okay.
And on the bottom of the note, Sad has commented about a summarization there, like what he proposed something that we should do.
Okay. Okay. I'm not sure what the what do you think we need to do here, if anything? I mean, as far as the release team goes, like what is the right course of action?
We still need to document this as a non-issue as we planned. But if this 1.9 PR can make the downgrade test to pass, I think it's a good thing. So we can see if there's other issues with the downgrade test.
Right.
Because currently the downgrade itself did not happen yet. So like none of the tests has been run.
Okay. And so this this PR this will need to be merged by Joe Betts because Mehdi is out. Let me add Joe on this. Hey, Caleb, do you see Joe very often?
When I'm in the office, yes, but I'm not today. But
Okay.
I can. Where so 61282?
Yeah, 61282. That seemed like a fair comment?
Yep.
All right. Cool. And this is the documentation of the known issue there? Yes. Cool. Okay. Right. Anything else then before we move on?
Nope.
Great. Thank you. User-facing documentation, Jen is out, but I think these are mostly correct. So pretty much still where we're at. Marketing, I still need to review. Ihor also needs to review. Those, if anybody wants to click on that link there that says need to answer these questions, that definitely needs something because right now it's just blank and that's probably not good. So anything anybody wants to add there, I haven't actually added anything there myself, partly because I haven't been as deep into the feature side this time. So maybe I could get Ihor to look at that as well. Release notes, I don't know if Nick's here.
I'm here.
Cool.
I'm here.
Give a rundown.
Okay. Yep. So we are steadily proceeding. We are now into the editing phase. We do have some questions remaining. Unfortunately, we have a lot of questions from Mike Denise. Does anybody know when he's coming back?
No idea.
Okay. Well, we're just gonna press on, and at some point, hopefully not, but if at some point his questions are the only ones left, then hopefully someone else will be able to answer them. And if not, none of them are. Nobody will die if we don't get the answers to these questions, so that's fine.
Looks like he'll be back next Monday.
Okay, so we should be fine. Anyway, if you go and look at the file, we are, as I said, we are now in the editing phase. As what I've done is basically given the whole file a little slight gray highlight. As we finish sections and PRs, we're taking off that highlight. So if you see something that's kind of grayed and it looks wonky, we haven't gotten to it yet, so don't panic. We are down to 86 pages, so that's good. We'll keep hacking at it until it's reasonable.
So is there going to be a TLDR for the release notes?
Yes, there will be a TLDR for the release notes. It'll be up at the top. So
This release is boring. If you're having trouble sleeping, please continue.
Right. No, what we were saying yesterday is we're going to just take a combination of the preview blog and just sort of adapt it, essentially.
That works.
Other quote-unquote exciting things. So that's it.
Cool.
Noah, did you have anything else you wanted to add? I know you've been tracking people who've responded and who haven't.
No, just keep on trucking.
Okay,
All right.
there you go.
So we've got 1 week to get this stuff like really put down.
And 61282 has just been approved by Joe Betts.
Oh yeah, good job, Joe. Sweet. Oh, nice. Cool. Okay.
And Janet approved the previous PR as well.
Fantastic. Cool. Well, that is exciting. All right. So you guys went to SIG scheduling yesterday, and what was I believe you went yesterday, was that right? Or was that the day before?
Yeah, well, so that was the follow-up that I said because, in fact, Klaus was not staying up until 2 a.m. to attend the SIG scheduling meeting. So they had a discussion about things, but their conclusion was basically they needed to wait for Klaus.
Okay.
Which is why the real conclusion came from my meeting with Klaus at 9 p.m. my time, so that I could catch him in the middle of his day.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, we just went through what was required for the feature, and there's one outstanding PR associated with that general feature. That is not going to close for 110, and Klaus says is not required
Okay.
for it to work
So
as an alpha feature.
what we want to probably do is just give heads up to the patch manager, Masiak, about that, because typically the patch releases we don't put feature work into, but if it's sort of bleeding over from the release and it's an alpha thing, I think that's probably an okay exception. But I want to give them the
actually, he said that particular one, and this the one I'm talking about is 59636. His plan is actually to push it over to 1.11. So
okay, well, great, then no
it's
problem.
not really an issue.
Okay, fantastic. That's actually preferred. Because I don't like to bend the rules around feature work into patch releases. Okay, cool. Thanks. Any other announcements? Did we miss anybody? All right. Retro items, I've been trickling items in there. So continue to do that if you think of things that we should and could do better next time, and it'll help us improve the process over time.
One quick update. I find something that might not be good. The GKE upgrade test starting yesterday afternoon-ish start to fail on not enough quota on US Central 1A. I need to chase down someone to verify that. It should be a GKE internal thing.
It's GKE upgrade test?
Yeah, I will link an issue there. Oh.
Okay. That's disappointing, but understandable.
Yeah, it should be nothing to do with 110 itself. It's
just resources.
We can either put it into a different zone or bump the quota. I'll hunt down someone.
Okay. Great. Thanks so much. And does that mean that the submit key is blocked at the moment?
No. It's just the upgrade test.
I didn't know if it was blocking.
Yeah. No, it's not.
Okay. All right. Great. Well, everybody, thank you so much for your time today, and have a fantastic weekend. And we'll see you on Monday to go over where we're at then.
Hey, Jace. This is Saad.
Hi, Saad.
Sorry, I just jumped on last second. I had another meeting. Could I talk to you after this meeting?
Absolutely.
Or stay on this line? I want to discuss that open issue.
Yes.
Well, why don't you just go ahead and discuss it now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be great. So sorry, I missed the context of this meeting. I don't know if it got discussed. I just saw the comment on the PR asking for the PR to go in for 1.10. I don't know if you had a chance to look at my comment.
Yeah.
Which PR are we talking about?
So this is issue number 60764, the upgrade downgrade issue.
I thought I had it up here. I'll just do it this way.
But I could summarize. So I think we all agree that next step for the downgrade issue is making sure that we have some sort of advisory and known documentation. That's already being worked on. The open question right now is about two ways to actually make this better. One is to make the downgrade test green by modifying the test to remove the finalizer automatically. The challenge with this is rootfs, Wan Min has been looking into it, and he says it's non-trivial, and it might be easier to go the alternate route. Alternate route is actually modifying 1.9 to remove the finalizer if it is present. Vol is already working on that. I don't think either of these two things should be 1.10 release blockers. Having the advisory, I think, should be sufficient. I guess this is a question to the release team. Knowing that we understand the reason why the downgrade test is green and we have the advisory in place, is it a requirement to have the test be green before 1.10 goes out?
We have cut releases in the past without all green signal, knowing that there was a test that was known to fail. Super not preferred. But on the other hand, if we're just gaming the system to get a green signal, it's kind of a wash. I mean, Sen, you're sort of this is sort of in your ballpark. So what do you think?
Sorry, I missed the last part Seth was saying.
So the question is around, we understand why the downgrade test is red at the moment. We know what is required to fix it. The fix is going to happen independent of the 1.10 release. It'll be in the 1.9 branch. In the meantime, we have an advisory that we're going to be putting out with the 1.10 release independent of the fix. The only remaining work is to do extra work to make this test green by manually removing the finalizer. It doesn't add any end user benefit. It's just going to make the test green. This was the original plan, but after rootfs looked into it, he discovered that it's actually non-trivial. And for that reason, it may not be worth the effort to do so. So the question to the release team, to you, Sen, is would that be okay, or do we want to pursue making this test green?
So one of my questions corollary to that is I had the impression that this test failing meant that some other tests were not being run because they couldn't get past this. Is that the case or not?
Yeah. My worry is that once the downgrade happens, we might be able to reveal more issues like for those tests that are currently not running.
Got it. So do you know what the list of those tests is, and would just disabling this test be sufficient to get those to run?
I mean, it runs basically everything after the downgrade.
So it sounds like there's not really a choice here. We need to get green signal just to verify the full suite.
Okay, that seems reasonable. Let me circle back with Wan Min and Paval and see what we can do about either getting the test green or fast forwarding the fix on the 1.9 branch.
Okay, that is super helpful. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right, thanks, folks. Sorry for the trouble.
Oh, no problem. Thanks, Sen.
Thanks for continuing to drive on this.
Yeah, of course.
All right, great. Thanks everybody for your time, and we'll stay in touch in the release channel. So everybody have a great weekend. Take care.
Take care.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.